Hi, I'm Foda.
I'm Evix Toe of Fire.
I'm Tomark Vector.
And I'm Bionicle Tyson.
And today, in this Mock Mondays episode, we will be reviewing the Toamata Revamps by Picari Nation 99 on Mock Pages.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing them as a group, not single. So this might be a longer episode. Hope y'all don't mind.
It'll be a good episode, though. It'll be a detailed look into this Toa team that he has made.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the Toamata. Like, tell me a person who doesn't love Toamata. Scratch that. Some people don't like him.
Well, we're going to go in order of how he posted them on his page. And first we have Tahu. Really good at first, really good appearance. The only thing I do not like are the arms.
Yeah.
The arms are a little awkward, but to be honest, the lower legs are kind of weird, too.
And the torso, it's kind of like most Tahus I've seen. They kind of have the two Hero Factory plates, and then the Cinder column.
Mhm.
It's starting to get tired, like how the Nuva shoulder pads are used. It's kind of getting tiring of seeing that format used over and over again.
Yeah,
But
it's
then I'm
not
a
very
hypocrite.
original.
I think
But
it's
then I'm a
that
hypocrite.
Mata became such a huge hit, and it was great. It came out because the Bionicle, which is actually now down as of like today, or actually yesterday to be correct. But that Tahu build was like the coolest Mata revamp we had seen so far, and it was by Callan, so everybody knew who it was, and everybody's just kind of copied that and gone with it so far, and it really is getting tired.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna kill it like the Nuva shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, legs could be better. Torso, not very original. And arms are just... Ugh.
They also have open ball sockets on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You do. Anyway, overall, the mini torso, it's good for what it is, but just the chest plate armor,
It's
kind of
unoriginal.
iffy. Yeah, but it's a good idea, like good
Yeah.
thing. More credit goes to him. Heartlight. Most mocks sometimes don't even have a heartlight, so Heartlight, good job. And then the weapon, that's kind of iffy, but it's still cool because he has a flame sword. But I would prefer him using the original Tahu Mata flame sword, but
I agree, because with this one, it seems a bit improportionate.
yeah.
Seems a bit too big.
It
Yep.
could be he also didn't. I don't know if this is true about him, but he also may not own the Tahu Flamesword from the original one because I know
Yeah.
that I own parts to sets. I own like most of a set, but I don't own several parts to it or their weapons, just because
Yeah.
of buying on Bricklink and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Also the arms.
Next,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay,
next
anyway.
next up, we have Pohatu.
But the chest again on this mock,
Yeah.
those minifigure chairs give him this weird look. Not even sure what to say about that.
Also his lower waist, it just doesn't seem that stable. Like if someone was to like touch the chest plate and lower part of his chest, I feel like the parts would just fall off because they don't look that like what are they connected by? Does anyone have an idea what they're connected by? Like what things?
No.
What, the Lego decorations? The Lego elements?
Yeah. Is that a blue
Um,
pin? Like in his lower legs.
Ooh,
What is
yeah.
that?
It's probably the small gray or blue Technic pin. Like the half on one side.
Yeah.
Alright. It doesn't look that stable because there's my experience with
It
the
doesn't.
blue half pin. That thing flops around way too much.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how he's keeping it up in this picture. Power to him to actually be able to do that. But it doesn't look that stable. And,
I do like how he made the waist wider, so
Yeah.
so it still looks like he has that kicking function, unlike Pohatu 2015. Anyways, I also like how he tried with the minifigure seats to make an original torso. I do like that. I will give him some brownie points for trying to do that. It doesn't look that good though.
So, Buyback, any suggestions?
Let's see. From the side view, the entire torso does look very strange, and you can see red and blue pins. Another thing is that the legs look very skimpy.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I think a Pohatu revamp that uses a lot of CCBS is hard to do because General Grievous just came out, and
Whoa. Did you say Grievous?
sorry, no, it's late at night. We're doing this. Shut up. Anyways,
It's also on Obi-Wan, so
but
you
I
can't
mean,
make the excuse.
it's Star Wars just came out, and this was posted
Yeah.
before then, so we don't have any tan CCBS armor.
Yeah.
Which means it's hard to do a revamp of Pohatu with 3/4 of his limbs being CCBS when there is no CCBS to be there.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, instead of having an actual, like, a full brick sticking out, he could have used a tile piece, a tile 1x3 tan.
Yeah. That's another thing. Open studs tend to make the MOC look incomplete and
Yeah.
not that good. But if it's like a one little small tiny like 1x1 area that has a stud,
Mhm.
that's fine, but not when it's used so many times. But
Yeah.
a 1x3 inexcusable. Like just put like a if you don't have a tan piece, use like a grill piece, like a grill whatever piece,
Yeah.
and it still gets some of the tan showing through, so it still counts. But it's pretty much inexcusable.
Huh?
Well, all right. Let's move on to who's next. Liwa.
No, Onua.
Oh, Onua.
Mm-hmm.
No,
It's Liwa.
Yeah, it's Liwa.
Oh, okay.
Liwa, I like Liwa better.
Liwa's probably the best out of all of them so far.
First
Hold on, guys.
appearance,
Quick little thing to add to Watu. He actually does have he updated the leg armor, so it actually does have flat tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I can move on to Liwa. I'm sorry.
All right. First thing I noticed about Liwa, well, after the overall appearance, was look at his waist. Look at the pins showing through the Mata hand.
What even?
That's creative right there.
I don't think I've seen that done before.
I've never seen that, and how it works or what it's supposed to do, I have no
wow.
idea. And another thing, look at his lower hands with the gray Technic piece.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Held in by friction.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. I mean, I've used that the piece that's underneath the hand, the whatever that lime connector piece is to that gray piece. I've used that before and made like lower legs and stuff, but I actually haven't ever seen it done where it's just holding in a ball joint by friction to make those hands. That's a really creative use of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the thing with all these revamps is their skinny torso, their skinny midsection. But with Liwa, I didn't really notice it much.
Mm-hmm.
Same here.
Yeah.
I did notice that the lower legs, the gray pins kind of stick out a little bit on there. They just protrude just like a half.
I guess you can argue, since his torso has a little bit of gray in it, like on his waist, I guess you can argue that's a little bit of... It fits in the color scheme.
Yeah.
Still, even with it sticking out, there's not. I kind of don't like that to happen most of the time. And if it does, it's good to try and cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
He could simply put stick a stud on there, like a light green stud.
Yeah.
Or something else,
I
but
think that would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
And also the hand connectors just on the black ball joints for chest plate. It doesn't look that good. Like it's covering up his heart light, so it's harder to
Yeah.
see. Like he can move those away, so you know.
Hmm.
But you know, Lewa, he's cool.
Yeah, he's my favorite out of all of these.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Kopaka.
Kopaka.
All right, the first thing I noticed was dark blue heartlight.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
His eyes are dark blue, whatever. Too. It's the same color in the eyes.
No, it's more of a it's not as light as
Frost.
light blue
It's like
trans.
frost color.
It's kind of frosted, yeah.
Yeah.
The heart light. Wait. Yeah, the heart light in the eyes that he uses on the he used the darker color trans blue for the
Yeah.
eyes. You can see the side view of it on the in-depth page, and it is the darker blue on both the heart light and the eyes.
And
It's not quite the same, but I still would have preferred the
Yeah.
lighter
Yeah,
heart light.
see if you look at the link, you can see it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, but they're not quite the same. Trust me.
another thing to add to the, I don't like it because, as you can see, the first three Toa, each of them has their secondary color as they had in their Mata. And Kapaka, it's just all white, which really makes the MOC look terrible.
And the silver
Like,
upper
Well,
arms.
it's not that
Yeah.
it's all white, but it's the black in there too that I don't like.
Yeah.
The
I'm
black?
actually okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with the black. It's just the silver on the upper arms is a little out of place when there's no silver on it anywhere else.
No, I'm not okay with the black because original Kopaka 2001 was either white or light gray.
He also
Yeah.
had black hands.
So to
still on.
have black in there mostly is an abomination. It just is. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Especially considering all those pieces come in gray, except for that Vaki pelvis.
Yeah. So yeah, and also the
But-
shield, pretty cool looking, but overall, it doesn't look good because no light gray or silver. Because I know that there's silver little armor plates, so he could have used silver instead of having just white.
The on the torso, when you're looking at it from the front, it's his right side, but when you're looking at it, it's on our left. There's that Lego piece that has like the computer screen and stuff on it and the buttons, and it's like it just looks kind of weird on Kopaka.
I'm looking at the revamp update version. It doesn't have that.
Yeah,
Oh.
so am I. It doesn't.
Okay, so I must have clicked on the wrong one then.
Now, to get away from the negatives, I do like his torso, the Anika armor, with the Lego elements in there.
Yep, that's pretty genius.
I also like his sword revamp.
Yeah, not so bad.
So yeah, the only problem I have with Kopaka is just the black instead of the light gray. But other than that, this is a really good mock.
Another thing to add, that's a good idea of having the shield, like the whole shield attachment area. That's a pretty good idea how to have it attached like that.
Hmm.
Like at the little thing right there. And wasn't Kopaka's shield gray, I want to say? I can swear part of his shield was gray.
It was gray and white. Yeah, I believe so.
Alright. So if he could have made like the inner part of the shield gray, that would have been more like it just would have paid more homage to the original classic Kopaka. But since he's going with all white and black, I understand why.
Yeah. Alright, next we have Golly.
Golly.
Now, when I first looked at this mock, I thought, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little rough.
Yeah. It's just
I don't like how her hook weapons are pinned in with the blue pins where they're loose. I don't like that.
Those lower arms, though, with that friction again, but it's a blue Lego brick sticking out on it.
Ugh. A lazy attempt for making her lower arms light blue.
yeah.
This is a failed attempt at life right here.
Yeah. And same again with Leeway. She has the same Leeway chest plate, like kind of thing.
Mhm.
And also,
She's not unique in her chest like
yeah,
all the other Toa
Mhm.
have been so far, and that's a real kind of deal breaker because all the Toa aren't the same. Even though they were originally the same, they need to have different torsos and things. If you're going to do a revamp, you don't want them all to look exactly the same. That's the point of a revamp.
and also the hands, they are light blue, and if I remember correctly, they are mata blue, not light blue.
She
think-
didn't even have hands.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
She
Wait,
is-
never mind. Yeah,
Yeah, she didn't even have her hands, but
yeah.
I think he was trying to incorporate more light blue into it, but at the same time, it didn't make it look as good. The light blue is on the lower legs a little bit, and then those failed lower arms, and then her hands, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
It's like, oh,
I also don't know how I feel about the blue Huna on her back.
yeah,
Um,
kind of weird.
yeah.
yeah.
And if you see the side view of the torso, it is so loose.
Oh, yeah.
It just
It
has
looks
so
really
many
good.
holes and gaps and so many open pins. It's just crazy.
Um, is it just me, or does the neck seem to protrude upward a little too high on her?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just little.
I think, yeah, that kind of like I noticed that like when we first opened up Golly, and I was like, ugh, that's kind of weird.
The thing that I probably like the most about this revamp is the lower legs. Just look at how they're made.
The lower legs, I actually was about to say that too. They look really good. That's probably the best thing. You're right.
They don't really fit with Golly with the like just proportionate. They seem too thick for her height.
Yeah.
But they are an excellent design. I do like
Yeah.
them.
The other thing with all these mocks we've looked at so far is that each one of these has its own great little hidden thing that's great. And if you put all these great little pieces together, you have one great big Toa that would be an awesome revamp of a Toa. But instead, it kind of got split up into 6 of them.
Are you talking about the Toakeda?
Pretty much.
You mean the Mega Tour? Like,
I think it was called the Toa Nui. That got confirmed a little bit ago.
oh yeah. All right. Golly overall, not that good.
Yeah.
I think she's between her and Pohatu. I'd say that she's a little bit better than Pohatu still, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But it's still, she's at the bottom of the barrel right now.
Yeah.
Had good intentions, but
Yeah.
Alright, last but certainly not least, we have Onua, and let's just all take a minute to look at his pose on the actual page of all the Toa. How he's in that crouch stalking position.
It's a good picture.
Spooky,
Yeah.
spooky scary.
Like a no should be.
Now,
Anyways,
his,
um,
he's a little tall. I don't think he could have made it any shorter, but he's a little. I think that like the torso, it has this nice hunch kind of thickness to it for Onua, and if he could have made him like a little bit shorter, it would have worked out great to where it looked like the original Onua almost perfectly.
I don't think you should be talking about height, especially since there's... Wait. Oh, besides the last picture at the main page, he is compared with all the other Toa, but his height is almost perfect.
Almost.
Yeah, it's almost perfect.
Almost perfect, but it's good. And the mock itself, his torso is very sturdy.
It's very thick and well built.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only thing is that his waist is connected by a ball joint, so that's probably a little shaky sometimes. But that can't be helped. That's always happens when you do that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
something I'd like to say about the torso is that from the front, it does look very strange. Because you got that black slicer head and the Mata heads. It kind of makes this cross shape, and it's not very round and torso-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks really weird. And you can actually see the head protruding up, and the rest of the torso doesn't do that. It looks super weird.
Yeah.
I see on the group page, it doesn't look too bad with the pose he's in and the angle the camera is at. but some of these other pictures that shows you the entire thing, it's just not as good.
Yeah, if you just got rid of the black Throwbot's head at the top,
Yeah.
the torso would have been awesome.
I
But
think so.
it's an
Also-
okay. It's okay.
The
Yeah.
thighs are also super skinny.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because
Yeah.
I imagine Onua kind of being a little bit buffer because you know he's has to pick up dirt and stuff. Also, don't ask for strength; it's his natural
Yeah.
mass. And his lower legs don't seem like they can carry that much of a upper torso.
See,
At least he covered it with a Lego tile.
Yeah.
A 1x1 tile. At least he did that.
Evex, you remember when we were talking about the mocks for the Toa Nuva? Well, remember I was trying to build a Nuva, and I used the same Toa build I had been using for all of them, just trying to see how it would go. And Onua really does need to have a little more thickness to him than all the other Toa, because when I did it the same way I was building the other Toa so far, he just seemed very small and wimpy, and even with the mono version of him on that, it still looked very like kind of small and wimpy. He just needs to have a little bit more thickness to him and not be as kind of skinny, because he's the buff Toa of stone, or not stone, earth.
Yep.
Pahatu's definitely stone.
Yeah. So yeah, Onua, he's decent. And also, I feel like he got a little bit lazy by putting just the
Did somebody knock?
the legs right there, whatever legs those are.
Mhm.
I feel like he got a little bit lazy with those
Yeah.
Vaki legs. They don't look that good for Onua.
A second.
I feel like he should have more thinner legs. Oh, wait, no, not thinner. I mean,
Thicker.
I'm just mean like thicker, like a little bit more armor.
There's the English.
Yes, and his upper legs, like I said, not that good. But him putting a tile right there adds a tiny bit more of uniqueness.
Mhm.
If
So,
you could
yeah.
if you could have put something on like the top and like given it some more bulk, and then put the tile on the back to close it up, that would have looked good, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he has two axle holes, so the possibilities for that are endless.
Plus,
So-
there's tons of black armor pieces. There's the ones from the Paru. There's the Anika ones.
There's so many.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Metru ones.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the lower legs, the upper legs, still,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Well,
Yeah,
overall, Ono was my second favorite. Liwa still being my favorite.
Definitely. That's
Yeah.
my opinion as well. Third would probably be Tahu for me.
Yeah.
I would say Tahu.
Mine's probably Tahu because generally Tahu is the best one.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Fourth
overall, not so good.
being Kopaka.
Yeah.
Just say that.
Kavaka being the last one.
No, Golly being the last one.
I think
I don't know.
Gali or Pahatu would be the last one in this.
I think both of them are above.
that used to burn.
You done?
So yeah, overall, these Toa are
Yeah. Overall, from a scale of 1 to 10,
IGN 10 out of 10.
it was okay.
Okay, so,
But seriously,
I think-
overall, I'm gonna rate this at about 5.
alright, so to rate them, I must say each of them gets a couple things down. The Heartlight for each of them, and each of them having like a most original weapon. So overall, these Toa, they're below the line of great mock, but so I would give possibly a 4.5 or 4, so 4.5.
My rating is 7 out of 10. Good intentions, but mostly ended up
I would probably give it about a 6. A Toa Mata revamp is very common these days, and while these aren't the worst it could possibly be, I think it still could have been better. There are still things they could have done, like Onua's upper legs we were talking about a minute ago. and there's different things like Kopaka having more silver would have made this a better group of Toa overall, and then each individual mock a better mock. But other than that, they are not too horrible. It's better than just giving a bunch of CCBS armor limbs to them in a CCBS body and putting on a mask and calling it a revamp. That's not really
Yeah.
how you do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd give it about a 6.
Okay, so
Alright.
5, 7, 6, and Evix, what was yours?
4.5.
4.5. So I think the average was around 5.5 or 6.
Let me add it up. Let's see. 5 plus 4.5 plus a 6 and a 7 equals averaged out would be 5.625. So about a 5.5 average overall.
I can math in my head.
Good job.
Anyways, so yeah, to the guy who made that, let's see, his name is Bakari Nation 99. Keep working,
Yeah.
but
One day you'll
doing
smoke
good.
on.
I think that wraps up for today. If you viewers have a mock that you know of or that you made that you want us to review, comment down below a link, and we'll check it out.